We're talking today about GoogleDorking. I'm Null Session, this is Pr1mos, and we're going to talk about the amazing things you can do with the search engine. And so the internet is all these interconnected web pages, and that makes up what we call the web. Search engines crawl like Google, right? We're all familiar with Google. They crawl the internet, they crawl the web. They actually crawl more than just web pages. They're going to discover things like baby monitors and home security and other things that you have connected to what we call the Internet of Things. And so the internet's a lot more than just web browsers, but we're going to focus today on what you can do with a search engine to find things on the internet. So GoogleDorking uses certain code words to search for things. You can search for admin login pages. You can search for usernames and passwords, emails, vulnerabilities, sensitive documents that maybe you don't want other people to see or your company doesn't want to expose on the internet, government and military data, email lists, and much, much more. I have a URL up here. If you want to go see this information, where I got this, mostly you can go to is.gd/GoogleDorking. And so the syntax, or the way that you put a search query into Google, is to have an advanced operator, and I'll give you a list of these, and then a keyword. So you're searching for something, such as maybe you want to search a particular website, right? Like website.com, and you want to find something just on that website. Or maybe you want to find a keyword on the website or a particular file type on the website. And so I don't know if you can see this. There are simple dorks and there are advanced dorks, and so I'm going to give you some of the simple dorks. You can search for keywords. You can look for keywords or strings that are in a URL, which is the web address. You can look in the title of the page. You can look for particular file types, like an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document or a text document. And you can find things within certain date ranges. And so these are the simple ones, but there are much more complex ones. And so here's an example of finding some vulnerabilities. We're using the in URL, and we're looking for username. We're looking for files that are the file type PHP, and we're looking for the word admin. And so we can return a bunch of websites, if you were to put a command like that into Google, of where there might be admin passwords that are exposed. So let me tell you, remember our code of ethics, right? We're white hat hackers. So we're out there finding these things for our companies so that we can make sure they get taken down, and the black hat hackers that are trying to be malicious and steal information and be criminals, we don't want them to get it, right? So these vulnerabilities are out there, and we want to find them so that we can remove them. Here's an example of using another. We're looking for @gmail.com in Excel spreadsheets, and we find mailing lists. There are lots of places. It could be a church, it could be a school, it could be a company, and they might have a spreadsheet up there because it's convenient, but it might have all of their members' emails. And somebody could find that and sell it, and then you get lots of junk mail, right? They sell it to marketers, or they try to phish you to steal your password or your personal information. So we're going to have Pr1mos here talk about tracking and authenticity on the World Wide Web with a demo of how people can find out stuff about you. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
So yesterday in the morning we learned about privacy at your school, and privacy not to use your own email address when you're at the school. Be careful about when you're signing up for things. But sometimes you can't help but get tracked on the internet. So just simply going to a place where your email may live, I don't know how many people have an email, yahoo.com or Gmail, but just going here, you'll notice there's a bunch of things on the page. I'm not logged in currently, you'll see right here. If I were to log into this page, all the advertising on this page would start tracking me. So if I were to go up here, and let's say I have a clogged drain at my house. I need a plumber, and I look for something for clogged drain. Plumber, why hire a plumber, something like this. If I'm logged in over here, and I'm on my computer at home, what you may notice, rather strange, is a couple days later, or even later that day, you pull out your smartphone, you log into your email, you start looking around. Strangely enough, you start getting advertisements for plumbers. You might be on Instagram, you'll get the same thing. The other thing that can happen is, if you're on a web page like this, and you have Facebook in another page, right here, you've logged into Facebook. I don't know if you've gone to sites, but sites will have little pictures of Facebook, and they'll say, your friends like this page. They like the Pokemon page. They like, Mad Magazine. There'll be advertisements. And you'll wonder, how did my friends show up there? It's because they advertise. They send each other information all the time. And just because you may not be logged into one of these sites doesn't mean you can't find people. How many people have an Instagram account? Is it public or private? I chose to make mine public because I don't care. I didn't mind people looking for my stuff. There's my Instagram account. I didn't have to log in, didn't have to do anything. Here's all the pictures that I've posted. I took this a couple nights ago over at Delano on the roof. I got a picture of some lightning. But this is how people can track you. The other thing they can do when they track you is they can do things to mash things together. This is my son. Interesting how these things pop up. So you may try to hide yourself with a key name. You have a cute name, an Instagram, a cute Twitter handle, something like that. But your friends, they may use that. They may link to you. They may put stuff out there. So all of a sudden, your name is out there. They can still find who you are. So this is how colleges and employers are going to search for you.
If you put quotes around something, then it'll take it verbatim. This is the name I use when I'm at work. And you can see that I'm not a bulldog or a general, but there I am on Facebook and LinkedIn. If you then put additional keywords with it, you can really narrow down an individual. And so I think one of the things that's really, the search engines order things in order of what they think is relevant by what gets the most attention on the internet. So Pr1mos' son does a lot more on the internet. He actually works for Instagram and Facebook. So his name will show up before his. But when you start to combine things, you can really narrow it down. One of the things that's risky though, let's say I click on this, I don't want the bulldog, I want to get somebody else. Okay, so Wikipedia, for example, is something that anybody can go edit. So if you have people that want to pose as you, they might go out and create a web page with your name and put up their picture and their information so that they can pretend to be you. Maybe go out and apply for credit cards and things like that. So the internet, it's very important that you understand how it works so that you can use it safely. You get tracked. People can abuse your privacy. They can search for you on the internet. They can see what you're doing. They might know that you're in Las Vegas, And so that's a good time to break into someone's house because you posted on social media, I'm in Las Vegas and I took a picture on top of a hotel, right? So hopefully your house is okay when you get home.
My wife's there, she'll take care of it. But it's important to learn these little things that you can do to combine information when you're out there to be able to find yourself. Now, as far as the advertising, to try and prevent that from happening, if you want to do a search that's, you may not want to track, that's why you have an incognito window. And in fact, right now on this machine, it's running as a guest, so all the browser history is going to get expunged. But that doesn't mean it's not expunged on the internet. It's not gone on the internet. It's there. So if you go shop at Amazon, you have to log in with Amazon. It's generally with your name. And they advertise, they have Facebook advertisements, they have all kinds of other advertisements on their pages. So your information tends to get tracked even if you don't want it. And that's just the public internet. The government, on the other hand, they're seeing a lot more than that. It's little you can do from your persona to try and protect that if they're tracking information or if they're grabbing metadata out of your email.
There are some plugins you can get for your browser as well that'll help to prevent you from getting cookies, cleaning out your internet history, and prevent you from getting tracked like that so you don't go on Facebook and it tries to sell you a plumber or other things, shoes or whatever you were looking for on Google. But also, it's important to maintain your privacy. Clear your internet cache, use plugins so that people can't track you. Think about how you use the internet. And the internet's a great thing, and where would we be without it? But just use it safely. So thank you for your time today.